Hey guys, welcome to Waste Not Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and we make over junk that we've thrifted, found on the side of the road, or things that we're just going to go in the garbage, and we turn them into home decor that we sell at JamieRayVintage.com. Everything you see us use with paint products, you can also buy at JamieRayVintage.com. And today we're pretty much working on things that have sold while we were out of town. We just need to get them done. We might have one hook and maybe a box that we are doing that isn't already sold. Because we do, if you guys are new here, we do our Saturday thrift hauls, and then things will say we'll get a makeover, and then sometimes people will buy them before they get makeovers, so we got to get those done.
Yeah, we have actually quite a few things and a bunch of stuff in the garage that needs makeovers but hasn't sold yet, so we'll be painting for a while, I think.
Well, not today. We're just going to probably be on like an hour to get these ones done, but yeah, we're going to have some. The next few Waste Not Wednesdays we'll be cleaning up the garage. We just got back from England yesterday afternoon. Somebody said we must be exhausted. It's actually a good time of day for us because it's about.
I will be tired this afternoon because I woke up. I couldn't stay awake any longer past like 8 last night. Went to bed, fell pretty much immediately asleep. Don't even remember what was going on the show that we were watching. And then I woke up at like 3:30, went to the bathroom, went and laid down again until about 4:15-ish, 4:30, somewhere in there, and just was like, I've been awake for an hour laying in bed. And I got up and I cleaned the garage out. So we have room to put all these boxes that are coming.
Yeah, we've got 12 boxes, I think, already delivered. So we have 10 more boxes coming. I had to call DHL this morning. There were a couple things they said they re-weighed and that they weighed more than we had put in, so we needed to pay extra, and they can't just send you a link. You have to call them, and then they charge you 7 cents a minute to talk to them, and then they email you a link. I'm like, why don't you just email me a link to begin with?
Yeah, why didn't you just
say? Problem could have been solved yesterday, but we're getting things figured out.
The boxes we've got,
they look
11.
Okay. We'll see how they are inside. One of them has a thing broken up, and everything in our suitcase, as far as I know, I haven't unbubble wrapped it. The table is full, but everything in our suitcase did not break, which is awesome. But we wrapped everything in foam, and then we had like all of our laundry, like all of our clothes that we wore while we were there, we layered it with that. And then we bought like all this candy and stuff. So around the edge of all the suitcases, there was like a candy cushion.
Hey, it worked.
It worked. So what I'm working on is this frame. I think originally it came from Kirkland's, and it had a J on the board. And I'm just painting it plaster because we're going to put art in it. And I don't want that J to kind of like show through the art. And then what are you working on, Seb?
I'm just right now, this mirror has, so all of this stuff, like Jamie said at the start, has pretty much sold. We're going to get to it as it sells. And so the other stuff might be a few weeks down the road. I mean, it could even be until Thanksgiving.
It usually takes me a month to process everything. We've decided that the uploads will happen at 4 o'clock. So whatever I get photographed and listed today, we will have it loaded and live at 4. Caitlin will send a push on the app so you guys know, and it'll be in the England collection. And we'll just be working on listing pretty much every day. And then Saturday, we'll probably have a lot of stuff for the Saturday thrift haul. So you'll just have to pay attention. We're not holding anything for anybody. We had a lot of people say, can I have dibs on this? And the problem is when you have so much stuff, it's just too much. Like we just have to list it when we can.
Well, and then we have people that we invoice them, and sometimes they pay, sometimes they don't, because they're like, oh, I didn't really want that.
Caitlin doesn't have time to invoice people, but we are going to try to keep it organized and that everything will go live at 4 o'clock.
We have a lot of really similar things. So
yeah, there's only a few things. Like there's only one Victorian cheese dish, and that's the thing I need to unwrap and make sure it arrived alive in my bag. What day we get back? We got back yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
And we will have England videos at least through the end of this week and probably into next week, because we filmed every single day. There was like one day that we didn't buy anything because we had to take care of some work stuff. We had to drop off the musket at the depot in London, and we had to go to DHL and talk to them. But other than that, we filmed every day. So we have a lot of content we've got to get through, which is actually good. Next week, I have a funeral to go to. My great nephew passed away while I was out of town. And so next Wednesday, mark your calendars. Instead of going live at 10 a.m., next Wednesday, we will be live at 9 a.m. because I need to leave after the live video and go to the airport. But then I will be home Saturday afternoon before our Saturday.
We're not missing any live streams.
We're not missing
We've pre-recorded a bunch, and we've got more. We've got to
and we have enough England content that Zeb won't have to like make up a video or anything.
No, so we'll just need to do a sign out before you leave. And I could literally put like an hour and a half video together for you guys. We're probably going to spread it out into a few videos because that's a lot, but
we might do a little regular thrifting next week, maybe for like Monday's video, just so that way that Saturday thrift haul isn't just England stuff, because not everybody's that into that. And so we try not to like inundate people with things that they're not interested in. I mean, you can't please everybody. You're not chocolate, but we just do our best. And I guess there's people that don't even like chocolate. So thank you. We are, I can't even talk about my nephew. Like it's not something I can do without just bawling. So I'm not going to talk about it, but I thought I'd let you guys know. So that way you're prepared for next week that we'll be live an hour earlier. He's Odelia's age. So even though he's my great nephew, his mom, which is my niece, is just like a year and a half younger than me, because some people know, some people don't, but my sisters are much older than me, like 15, 20, and 24 years older. So their kids are my age.
Do we have any clear salvation solution? Jamie?
What?
Do we have any clear salvation solution?
No, we probably just only have white.
Okay.
Because it was out of stock forever. And
the white will work.
Clear salvation solution is out of stock at DIY again. So when we sell out what we have, we won't get any more.
The reason I want a salvation solution, this little rolling pin, is because someone has oiled it.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's just like mushing around. It's not standing off.
All right. Once I get this done, paint and dried, I'm going to move it out of the way, and it'll be checked off until I put the art in that.
All right. So a lot of people ask us if the Cottage color is a stain blocker. It is not. The salvation solution is. And it's a primer as well. It works really good. It's all natural. It kind of smells like alcohol when you open it up, like rubbing alcohol, but it goes away quick as it dries.
How long was the flight from Utah to London? So on the way there,
10 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was on the way back. It was 10 hours. On the way there, it's usually like 10 and a half. We had a layover because there weren't any direct flight options the day. It's weird. They only have direct flights certain days. And because of our schedule, we usually fly out on a Thursday. And so we have to have a layover because they don't do direct flights Thursday. But it was only like 13 hours, even with a layover. Like we literally got off our plane, went to the bathroom, hopped on the other plane, and got like just enough time to hop.
Luckily, they were like, the gate was only maybe, well, I guess we had to ride the tram in Detroit. But it was fast. The tram was quick. It took like a minute.
We actually didn't board with our group because the bathroom was so far away. I was like running to go pee.
All right, I'm going to go set this out in the sun. It is freezing here, so it's a futile attempt, but I'm going to give it as much natural drying before I start hitting it with the heat gun.
This trip we did buy more than usual because we had the same amount of suitcases home. So 6 big suitcases we brought home, and then we did 22 boxes, which is actually 2 boxes more than last year. And we had an entire day where we actually didn't shop the last day. Well, we did shop, but not for work. We went to London, and then we had one day where we did work stuff and didn't shop. And then we had like a lightweight day. But because we thrifted so like heavy the beginning of our trip, it was not as like stressful the end of our trip. We just found what we found, but we kept finding, like the very last day that we were buying things to ship home, we found an entire car full and we didn't anticipate we're like, okay, we've already been to this boot fair, probably going to be some of the same Well, vendors. That boot didn't have a lot, but then we went to Lewis.
Yeah.
And that did us in.
Well, Lewis was kind of like another Hungerford, like they called it the flea market, but
it's like an antique mall.
Yeah, it was like an antique mall. And
they had a boot and they had charity shops
and the little boot fair that they had was, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 cars.
Yeah, but they had good stuff.
Every vendor had what we were looking for.
Yeah. I think because it's an antique town, that's what the car boot people bring. So that was good. Lewis was a new stop for us. So it'll be fun to show you guys that content because it's somewhere we haven't been before. and it was good.
All right, this little box, I'm just gonna, since I got the Salvation solution out, we're gonna prime it, and then it's gonna get some decoupage. This has already been decoupaged, but we're gonna cover up. Definitely.
I have to say this time might have been one of the more stressful times with shipping because of like the tariffs. UPS is, at least Yahoo News says that UPS is not getting boxes through for some people. And UPS in England isn't very good anyways. It's not like they are in the States. So we had to use DHL, which was more expensive, but DHL unpacks and repacks every box. So I'm a little stressed because I'm sure they didn't pack it the way that I did. And they just have a little bit different procedure. And so that's really, like, Zeb doesn't stress out about things like that. But for us, like if we had 22 boxes that didn't show up, we've invested between the shipping, which cost way more than what we bought, and the trip, we're well over $10,000, probably like $13,000 worth of investment of stuff for these things that we bring home. And that would be a huge loss for us. So there were a few days that I was like high stress, but then once the boxes started moving and actually arriving here,
they arrived when they said they would arrive. There were a couple things that got held up, like the one that needed a payment. I used the same label twice, so then I had to send them that. And then for some boxes, they're like, we need you to sign this form. Not all of them, even though they were all basically done exactly the same, because there's like one code for antiques. So if it's just antiques, you just put like lot of antiques in the total value and you don't have to like itemize it. I feel like it 100% depends on who looked at it. Yeah. And what kind of day they were having. Was it the beginning or the end of the shift? And they're like, we need you to fill this out. I'm like, I don't have a printer. So I had to like use my phone, screenshot it, use the like app that lets you alter doc stuff and sign with my finger and then send it back. They're like, it's not very clear. I'm like, listen, Linda, I'm literally doing my best here. Yeah, we didn't take the laptop this time, so even if we did, I didn't bring a full-size printer. I only had a label printer. It's a lot. Like, people always ask us, can you do like a detailed how-to? And honestly, it's different every time. And it'd be like a whole 6 month course. I don't want to be responsible for your packages not getting through. Like, we give you the basics and then you're going to have to figure out the rest, because it's never the same. So even if I told you what we did, it might not work for you, because I feel like there's always nuances, and it's not like doing business in the US. And when they have rules and they don't care. Like, they're not going to bend anything. Talking to a supervisor is not going to help you. Nope. Like, I got my hot cocoa confiscated at the Heathrow airport because apparently the containers were too big. They said it was against US rules. When we got to the US, the customs guy didn't even ask us what was in our bags. He got our name, took our picture, and said, see you later. Like, he didn't care. Yeah. And I had checked one cocoa and that got through, but 4 of my big tins of cocoa didn't get through. Caitlin's chocolate came, so I got that. Well, and I think on the customs end, like, we've traveled enough. They look through, they see our stamps. We've never had an issue. And so they're basically not worried about us. Yeah. Well, and yeah, whatever. So how long were we gone? I think 12 days. Thursday, and then we came back not the next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. It literally, we leave Thursday, so we have one full weekend of markets, and then we stay a second weekend, and instead of leaving on Monday, we leave on Tuesday, because that gives us Monday to get everything. It gives us a full work day to get everything taken care of that we need to take care of before we get on the plane Tuesday. That's why we travel the days that we do, because Sunday is useless. Nothing and nobody is taking care of anything on Sunday in England. So you have to have that Monday to get everything out. The stores aren't even open a full day. Yeah. And most of the charity shops are closed. And as it is, we had so much garbage this time because so many vendors gave us boxes and plastic tubs that we were just going to go to the dump on Monday. And there were so many rules. Like, you could only have this big a car and you could only bring this much stuff. And if it's for work, then they won't. Like, if it's business, then you got to go somewhere else. And it was so confusing. But the place we stayed at, we were able to have like deliveries and pickups there because the host was really nice. And they actually took care of all of our garbage. Zeb cut everything down, stacked it up neatly. We left them with a bunch of shipping supplies because they ship a lot to their daughter in the US. And they wanted all of it. He told me he would hold on to them for us till next year. Yeah.
our packing supplies. I said, no.
They have like 3 outbuildings.
Yeah, I'm like, you can use them. We'll bring more next year.
He's like, are you sure this is a lot? Because shipping supplies are not cheap there.
They said we also got through. Plus, you look like the blonde corn husk Americans. We are pretty vanilla Americans.
I don't even try. Like, I wear my glasses that have like the mirror that I got this summer that I like, the mirrored reflection. And not even everybody's wearing sunglasses, but if that sun comes out, it's just as bright as anywhere else in the world.
It was our Cadbury hot cocoa. Luckily, it was only 20 pounds worth. We do have one big Costco container, so it'll be okay. We'll survive.
I was just gonna like send some of that for like some gifts.
Yeah, we were actually gonna give it away, and now nobody will get any. Sorry. Somebody said, what did they say? Oh, Lori said, I'm always thinking just how much work it is packing while you're there. Yes, so that's the thing. People are like, somebody made the comment. Oh, they probably don't make that much money. They just go so they can use it as a write-off and get a vacation. I'm going to raise my eyebrows.
That is not my ideal vacation.
It's fun. Like, it's fun to thrift somewhere new, and we enjoy that, but it is work. It's getting up at 5:30 in the morning to get to a market on time, and it's shipping multiple nights till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Dealing with jet lag, being away from our family for an extended period of time, just being in a foreign country and trying to conduct business is complicated as it is, even though it's England, so it's a little easier. We did take Monday, we took 4 hours and went to London. But I mean, that's not even as much time as we take off here. And we only did that because we couldn't buy anymore because we didn't want to be shipping boxes past like when we would be leaving because we got all of the boxes to DHL. So it's definitely work the whole time. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's such a blessing that this is what we get to do for a living. But
yeah. It's not a vacation. If you got to choose what you're going to do, it's very nice.
Yeah, we're not sad about it. And there are some beautiful, beautiful moments where it's just like surreal that you're in England, like when the clouds kind of move away and the sun filters through. And England is not like going down south where there's lots of trees everywhere. There are lots of trees, but there's lots of open fields because they've cleared the ground a lot. So there's lots of open rolling hills with sheep on them.
Most of it has been farmland for like thousands of years.
Yeah, it's just so, so pretty. But yeah, it is a lot of work. And it's also a lot of prep to get out of town. You know, Caitlin's managing things for us while we're gone. Oh, I got stuff in my hair. I didn't paint. And making sure, luckily we've got really great employees. Nothing too crazy happened. We do need to finish siding the barn. I don't know if you guys saw that the barn siding.
I got the front done. Now I need to trim it, paint it, and do down the other side so that it looks good. The back side doesn't have any siding on it at all. Probably need to do that too.
Yeah. Well, and then also filming. It was so weird. I got a comment the other day. They're like, I do what you do, and there's no way I could even put my kids through college on it. Share your secrets. And I'm like, making content is a full-time job in and of itself. That's why most people don't do it, or they don't do it for 10 years. So I had to break it down to her. I'm like, we do about like 50 jobs. Plus we have amazing employees that help us out. Like, it's not just us. Yeah. It's a full team effort. And like when we go out of town, that also requires like our kids to step up.
So when we went out of town the first few times, Caitlin was coming and shipping stuff for you.
Caitlin Jr. or Caitlin, my niece?
Your niece. She was still shipping for us when we went to France for the first time.
Oh yeah, in 2019.
Yeah.
No,
Caitlin hasn't.
By that point we had the shop.
Didn't we?
Because we bought the house in the summer 2019. And that's when we got took over the shop, and then we went in the fall.
So maybe the year before that, Caitlin was still shipping.
Yeah, Lori, it is like driving in a Pride and Prejudice movie. And there is something, if you're not a retail shopper and you don't care about stuff like that, then it won't be that big of a deal to you. But it is like a dream come true to be on Regent Street. Like, Zeb is my personal driver. He drove me right to behind Liberty London and parked, which is really spoiled because most people have to take public transport. And we spent 4 hours just eating lunch and shopping. The displays are beautiful. The buildings are beautiful. It's just
Well, Liberty,
There's
the
no way
building,
to describe it.
I feel like the building Liberty's in is from the 15 or 1600s.
It's from the 1600s, I think.
And
it's been a
it's
shop.
giant. It's like a giant warehouse. Everything's super ornate. You're walking up the stairs and there's like hand carved banisters like all the way up. It's just, and it's been that way forever. Like that's the way it was originally built.
Well, it was built from a ship.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I was like, oh, Zeb would think that was cool.
I did not know that.
I got paint on here. It's been a store, I think, since the 1800s. I'm gonna just take that off. So it's got a lot of history, and a lot of people think Liberty London's like super expensive, but they have a variety of stuff. Like I got here, I'll show you guys my ornaments.
Yeah, people wanted to see your ornaments.
I bought ornaments. One of the ornaments I actually bought at a different store, but it's from the same vendor. And these were like $4 to $8. Some of them were more expensive. Like this one was felted. Here's a little cow. This one might have been more. Oh, the price is gone. But here's a little cow. Can they see this?
Yep.
It's made of wool. It's got udders and everything. And then I got a little Jersey cow here because you got to get the Jersey. This one's felted. And then this one I found at a different store, that one Christmas store that I took pictures of. You guys will see in a couple videos. And then when I went to Liberty, they had the same brand. So I found him a little friend. And then I got this little woolly sheep. And then this little Scotty dog. And then I don't have them down here, but I got a pair of Adidas at Liberty. Last time I bought some Suzanne sweaters. That was definitely a more expensive shopping trip. But this time they didn't have, I bought some shoes and that's it. But they just have a lot of really fun stuff. Some of it is ridiculously expensive.
She went into the Louis Vuitton store. We walked by Dior.
Yeah, we went into Louis Vuitton and I went to
Burberry.
Burberry. Because I bought a couple of Burberry bags, vintage ones while I was there, and I wanted to go into the actual store. I actually just like my vintage Louis Vuitton much better than the new bags.
She went shopping at Nike for the kids.
Yeah, I got the boys a couple of London shirts, and then I went to Lululemon and got some stuff for my girls. Because my kids really, they really just show up for each other while we're gone. So we like to bring them home something. All right, I think these are actually like kind of felted. I'm trying to get the dust off of it. But yeah, I think these ornaments will pair really nicely with the rest of the ornaments on our tree. We're going to get our tree up on Saturday morning. I've got to help out at the cheer. There's a cheer competition on Saturday afternoon. I got to help with that. But I'm
going to have to take some naps before then.
To what?
Before we decorate for Christmas.
I'm just going to put the tree up.
Oh, good.
I'll take Halloween down and put the tree up. Anybody that knows me knows I put my tree up the day after Halloween, but then it takes me another like 2 or 3 weeks to get the house. Usually by Thanksgiving, the house is decorated. And we're going to be gone Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. We're going back to Arizona to have Thanksgiving with family. And then for Christmas, we're going to be in San Diego with my friend Lily.
Yeah, Jamie's the only one going to the funeral with her mom.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Odelia might. Is
Odelia's going because she's actually going to stay to help out with my niece's kids, and my sister's husband's having surgery, so she's going to help my sister's family until Thanksgiving. The UK is really the only place I want to travel to. It is really cool. There are definitely areas in the UK that I like in London that I wouldn't go to alone. So you do need to be aware, even on
it is a big city.
Even on Regent Street, you can
anywhere.
Have your bag taken or whatever. So I always like have my hand all in my bag, and Zeb's always like right by me. And I'm aware. I'm not like walking around.
I think the London metro area is about 10 million people.
Yeah.
So it's like New York size.
It's like a mixed bag. So you got to be careful. In the villages and the countryside, it's chill.
They did have like quite a few officers patrolling, and there was a bunch of security in the stores. So.
All right, this is pretty much done. You can see some of the like dark coming through, but I think that's just a lot cuter than just that plain black. Denise says, I feel validated because I want to put my Christmas. Girl, you put your Christmas decorations up whenever you want. If people say anything, that's more they got a problem. Like there are bigger things and fish to fry in this world.
Have you guys seen the Nate Bargatze like Christmas special? I think it's from like 2024. So I guess last year it would have been. he was talking about like the people who don't take down their Christmas trees. Like if you get into like March or May, that's just lazy. But if you make it to July, you've rounded the corner and now you're an overachiever and you can just power on through the holiday season.
That's funny. Yeah. And I also take my Christmas down the day after Christmas, or like this year will be gone. So it'll be
you know, it was fun to be in Liberty. We were up on the top floor. They had it all decorated and they're playing Christmas music up there. And it's all the same songs we hear in the stores up here.
Up since June?
It has been up since August 22nd.
Yeah, they've had their Christmas at Liberty London since August 22nd. It's an entire floor. And we did film some in Liberty for you guys.
So I painted this in crockery. I'm oil waxing it now. The cement color on there was fine, but I had like some black scuffs on there that I couldn't even magic eraser off. I don't know what they're from. And it made it didn't look good. So quick coat of paint on this and then some dark oil wax. I'm going to let it sit for a minute. Usually I wipe it back off, but this cement or plaster finish, whatever it is. Oh, you did
say these unscrew.
They do. You're really
I gotta let that dry.
You're working too hard.
I forgot this on the street. Yumiko, the little bear ornaments you were talking about, were they from Avon? There was like a bench and a little bike, because we have those, the little felted ones. I still have those because they were on my tree as a kid. They were my mom's, and my kids put them on their kids' tree. Because we do my tree, which my tree isn't like super ornate, but it's just done the way I want it done. And then the kids have their own tree in the family room. And the kids' tree is where the presents are under and where we open presents by anyways. Do we have a slotted screwdrivers up?
Oh, yeah, right here. I got my Leatherman.
I got one right here.
That one's out and ready if you want to use it.
We're rotating around trees because I don't know. The lights on the one on the shop didn't work last year. I can't get that off. I'll try this one. And so if we can't figure that out, then the tree that was in here last year will go to the shop and then make the tree.
Here, you need me to help you?
Leaving in an hour for an ultrasound. Oh, are they checking out your... I don't know what Renee's having an ultrasound for. All right. Can you get that out?
Yep. It's actually very tight.
Oh, Terry said she can't wait to get the small pedestal.
This one that I'm working on now?
Yeah. And then Judy said that my daughter has her tree up because she's having wrist surgery. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Nancy says, we were on Oxford Street. My sister's brand new phone was stolen. Yeah, you have to be careful when you have your phone out too. I mean, it's a big city and there's tourists. And it's like, that's what... Thieves are smart. They're like, tourists are here. They're not really paying attention. There's a lot of people. They have that opportunity. They did have a pretty large police presence, more than I remember seeing when we were there last year.
Well, there's a guy, I don't remember even who you were watching on his channel, and he does like a walk downtown every year to see how if it's good or bad or what they're doing or cleaning it up or like what's going on. And he's like, it's looking pretty good this year.
Yeah, he did. There was like somebody that like, we did see, was that in London where that guy, no, that was in Canterbury. There was an old guy and some like kids like tried to take something from
it wasn't the kids. There was a guy that tried to take his wife's purse and the kids were riding by on bikes. They were like teenagers,
and
probably.
They stopped them.
Probably looked like teenagers in high school, and they helped the old guy stop him, like as we were walking by. Mm-hmm. Jamie's like, do you think they need help? I'm like, no, that guy left, and those kids were helping.
We waited until we made sure that they weren't, because the guy was going to fight the guy taking his wife's purse. And I was like, we're not leaving that, because he was an older gentleman, probably in his 70s, until we make sure he's okay. Like, we're not just going to sit.
Yeah, those boys that were riding past on the bikes.
The person who was trying to steal it left. The bike boys helped him, and he was okay. And, you know, you do what you got to do. But other than that,
but we could also see that here in Lehigh.
Oh yeah, it could happen anywhere. Yeah, I was in Paris like maybe 4 years ago, and I had a backpack on, and the guy told me to put my backpack in the front, and I just let him know like, the only thing in my backpack was a sweatshirt because I don't typically carry money on me. Zeb carries all the cash on him because it's just not smart. So I was like, the backpack would be sad if somebody took it, but I didn't have my money on back there. Thanks. It does help to travel with Zeb. He doesn't.
I'm so intimidating.
You don't really, you don't look like somebody wants to mess with. Okay. We were not, when that happened, we were in the back alley of the Paris flea market. And when I say back alley, I mean back alley. So is it not like the regular area?
So this has it had one pin and it was missing the other, and this one was long. So I cut it apart, and we're going to use it on both here to hold this on. So I just have to glue these in. I already cut it before the video started, but Jimmy, do you want to paint it before I glue this in?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I'm painting it.
I'm just painting circles over here. I'm painting circles around you, literally.
Yeah, you are. All right, so this is missing a knob. I think we have some in the shop that'll work for these. So I pulled this other one off just to make them uniform. So you won't be able to see them with the knobs on because we've got to go to the shop and get them. But let's see, what do I want to do?
We are actually live. Somebody asked if this was pre-recorded. We just got back yesterday.
Yep.
Also, guys, until the 30th, if you didn't pick up one of the summer sampler boxes of DIY paint, they have 8 different colors in them. They're 20% off, and DIY paint never goes on sale. So that is a really good deal. We have a limited quantity of them. Caitlin can drop a link when she gets a second.
It's just the sampler boxes.
It's just the sampler boxes. They're 20% off. There's 8 different paints in there. And that goes until the 30th. Do we have any downtime when we travel? No, not really. We took a day and went to Rye, and we thought it would be downtime, but we found too much stuff. So well, we always shop when we could, but Rye is like Rye's one of those places, and maybe it's just because like the first time we went there, it was just like the first trip to England was magical for us because we
did go see some sites and went to some castles, and
we've been to a lot of places. But Rye is just such a walkable, I mean, not if you're not in good condition because it's very uneven, but it's such a walkable city. Not a lot of cars driving around. We went there on an off day. It was Friday, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't quite the weekend yet. It was Thursday or Friday. Oh, actually, no, it was Wednesday. I don't know why
they're very serious about their weekend. Like Saturday,
so like Wednesday,
Sunday.
It was not like super busy, and Rye is just, the whole feeling there is just amazing. Like it's an ancient market town. There's stores that have been there forever. And there's a really cool bell tower. It's tricky to get up there, but you climb up there and you can see the entire city.
It's St. Mary's.
And so that was fun. We enjoyed that day at Rye. And then we did have some downtime in London.
All right, this is my mixed paint. I think I need to stir my mixed paint.
And we saw the ocean quite a few times. We were in Brighton, and then also we saw it from Rye. We did not get to the beach in Rye because we slept in that day. So we got there kind of late. And we always eat at the same place when we go to Rye. So that was fun to eat at the Globe. The food is like really, really good.
We had barbecue ribs that were awesome.
Yeah, we're going to leave the dowel loose. We're not going to glue it in place. It's for paper towels or whatever, because you can hang it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to still remove it. Were you exhausted yesterday? Yeah, we're still tired. Like we'll be tired later today. When we're done here, we're going to go into Salt Lake.
We're going to list some things and
we got to go pick up the musket.
Relax and hang out with the kids this evening.
Yeah, we got to go pick up the musket. That should have I need to check my email and see if they send it to me.
It's
but that
supposed to come
late last night, so we got to go pay the customs and pick that up. And did some of the stuff break? I don't know. I'm sure. I usually estimate about 10%. It's part of business. Like
so far, we have not lost any big platters that we know of. Those have made it. We might lose some plates, some teacups, some stuff like that.
Like it happens. That's part of the expense of the trip, and that's why we don't spend too much on the things that we buy, because it could break. Like I'm not going to spend $20 on a platter or 20 pounds because it could break. The most I spent on any platter, maybe 4, but most of them were 3 pounds and under. So And they're not all in perfect condition when we buy them too. Like a lot of them have like a little chip here or whatever. And that's why we get such a good deal on them. But usually people are happy to have them. Lots and lots of ironstone this time. Tons and tons of ironstone, which is a little bit sturdier, and a lot of bottles.
A ton of bottles.
A lot of
we had bottles given to us this time.
But we've only opened 2 boxes. So we've got 20 more to go. It'll take a minute.
Here, I'll show you. These we put in.
Do we beat our mail home? No, we had 12 boxes here when we got home yesterday.
So this platter is probably like our best.
Oh, you're gonna show them this
biggest platter we've.
And the chips on here were like that when we got it. We bought it in the basement in Hungerford. I think this was like how much was this? 2 or 3 pounds?
Yeah. So it has this crack in it, which is probably why it was so cheap, but it's not broken.
Look at the bottom. Like, look at the lip on that. It's a meat platter. It's huge. It's probably 20+ inches long.
But it's almost like a pedestal. Like it's got a little stand on it on the bottom.
And it's flow blue, and it's just amazing. I don't have words for that. That one I don't know. It may not be for sale. If I don't sell it, I have another one that I could sell that I have from last year.
We have a bunch that are a little smaller than this, probably 6 or 7. That are
we
pretty
did do
big.
An auction. Is the auction coming up in Thursday's video?
I think so.
Thursday's video or next Monday?
Yeah, this platter is 22 inches wide.
Yeah, I knew it was. And if you've ever bought a platter, that's huge, especially for as old as it is. Yeah, so we went to an auction and I bought 2 Harrods chandeliers. So I'm hoping they make it. And that's where we bought the musket from. I bought some jewelry. The jewelry was actually not a great buy. And then we got some silver and some other things. But yeah, we did film going to the auction.
So this is the size of most of the platters we're getting.
And that's actually a large size.
We
have some smaller ones too. That's about as large as you usually
Let's see,
get.
to put it in perspective. They'll have like a couple little chips and dings and stuff. This is 18. So that other one is 4 inches wider than this big one that
we probably bought way more oil paintings than we've ever bought before. So there will be quite a few oils for sale. I know at least 2 or 3 we're going to keep for our own collection. I can't do an auction, Cynthia, for the things. I want to run the price up on things with an auction. It would just be really stressful and emotional. It's hard. And the thing with technology in an auction, when you get that many people bidding on something, if you pick, okay, this person won, somebody might see a different comment going at a different time. And
online auctions are very difficult to run.
I just don't want to do it. It's too stressful. So luckily we did not get any trophies this time. I don't even think we have a lot of, what's it, etched, not embossed, what's it called when it's engraved? We don't have a lot of engraved stuff. We do have some engraved pewter. We have a lot of pints and cups or whatever. So we did get that. Pam, what will happen today at 4 o'clock will be the first loading of items, as many as I can get cleaned, photographed, and uploaded by 4 o'clock today. And it'll probably pretty much be 4 o'clock every day, except for Saturday will not be until 8:30, and then nothing on Sunday because we are off on Sunday. And then we'll start again next week till we get through it, because it's just too much to like do all at once. And I've got to spread it out. And we're just going to do the very best we can to like work our way through it. It would be a dream come true to get it all done in 2 weeks, but I think it's going to be minimum 3 weeks before we get it all through. Have we ever thought about Switzerland? No?
No.
Sweden,
really.
yes.
Sweden, yes, but not Switzerland. I'm sure they have good stuff.
So customs, it just depends. Tariffs are 10% plus a blanket fee per box, depends on the broker importing it for you. So DHL, UPS, whatever. So far, antiques, I didn't have to pay any duties getting them out of. The code I used, I didn't have to pay to get them out. But the biggest expenses, we're probably at about $6,000 US for shipping them home, which we did not spend that much on the stuff.
No.
The expense is shipping it home. But when you think of how much it costs to fly, a couple $1,000 for tickets, $1,500, $1,600 for an Airbnb. I don't think our rental was too much. It was like $600.
By the time you do the conversion,
$600 or $700 for a car rental. You want to shop a lot. and get as much as you can home. So yeah, $6,000 is a lot for shipping, but everything becomes cheaper the more you buy, right? Because you're spreading out the expense of the trip on every single item. So the more you buy, the less the trip costs per item, if that makes sense. And when we do our Saturday thrift haul, I'm not going to tell you how much it costs because I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate representation of what that item actually cost me in the entire trip. You know what I mean? So. And it was more expensive because we do have tariffs this time, and that will come through like on the price of the items, but 10% isn't like on something that's $20, that's going to be like an extra $2. Something that's like $200, that's going to be an extra 20. I mean, it is what it is. But we tried to buy really low so that way we could do our best. And we also bought a lot of like smaller items, as many as we could. So I have some brooches. I have some like mini enamel pictures. I think I got like 6 or 8 of those. I wished I could have bought more. So those will be a little bit less expensive. We try to get a variety of items, and we just pack stuff inside of stuff. When we had 5 boxes on Monday that we dropped off, and they went through them with us instead of without us. And the guy was like, how much stuff is in this box? I'm like,
well, we maximize
every space. We don't have
the 50 pounds, and
so
sometimes we go a little over and we pay a little extra because it's really not that much more to pay extra. Your box just can get really hammered if it's overweight. Because
Switzerland is too expensive for buying stuff and also very expensive to stay. Yeah, I haven't looked into Switzerland. Sweden, it's cheaper if you're in central Sweden than on the coasts. We might go to Sweden because we have our 25th wedding anniversary next year, so it wouldn't be like a buying trip.
It would be more like we'd probably buy while we were there, but it'd be more like the first time we went to England, more like a learning experience. It's if we don't make our money back, it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Every time we go, we learn more and we're better at what we do, and we find more honey holes and places to shop. People ask all the time, why don't we try to go to more different countries? We've invested tens of thousands of dollars at this point in going to England over the years. And that investment.
Well, we had a couple people comment, be like, I live in England and I'm following you so that I can find the places you're shopping.
And I think some of it is what we do. Like, we're good at finding deals, and that extends itself to foreign countries. So there are a lot of people that are watching us from England to find places there. And that's fun for us to.
Well, and a lot of people commented, I only live about 40 minutes away from Hungerford, and I totally went there and I love it. Yeah. So, it's fun. And it's fun to see that people watch you and they're like picking up the tips and tricks that we're sharing.
Yeah. I hope that people there will support these small businesses. Like
I need them to sell enough stuff so that they're there next year.
Yeah. In Canterbury, we went to a new patisserie that we met the gal that made up for it.
Yeah. She was the baker.
She was the baker that made him. And our old patisserie was gone.
Or the pastry chef.
One of our bakery shops is gone. So we always just try to help it. France would be, we have gone to France. We have some videos. We went there in 2019, and then we went again
2021.
in 2022.
Was it 22?
Yeah, 2022 or the back half of 2021. I can't remember. France is
we went twice in 2021 because we didn't get to go in 2020, I think.
It's twice as expensive to ship from there. At least it was when we went last time. So we'd have to probably take our car over from England so we could bring it back, but then they charge you an extra 300 pounds for the insurance. So we've done the math, and it's actually cheaper to just buy stuff in England, buy French stuff in England, pay what the extra they charge, and just stay in England than to go over to France. We've done the math. And we are working on getting some contacts over there for shipping. We did have somebody comment that they wanted us to use them. And I'm going to be 100% honest. If I don't know somebody, or I don't find them online with a business with reviews, I would not use somebody that I didn't know personally. It's just a good rule of thumb, because that's a lot of money and expense you're paying somebody. Like for the gun that we shipped back, I called American Airlines Cargo. American Airlines referred me to one of their trusted exporters, and that's who we used to export our gun. He didn't contact me. I contacted him through a referral from American Airlines. And when I dropped that off, I got a referral from that shipping hub for somebody that will crate up boxes and ship them cargo home. So we might do that next time.
Which we might try, because it's cheaper by a lot, and they're literally like all your boxes are on like a big pallet or crate.
So they're
not getting beat all over the place and stacked different various ways, or they're like secure and
we had a referral, but they weren't taking any more business. Alan Smith. So we might book with them in advance next year and get on their calendar and just use Alan Smith. But then we'd probably have to get like a panel van so that way we could take all the stuff at once.
Listen, I can drive a panel van. What was hard was shifting with my left hand. It took me like by the time we had been there the whole time, I was getting good at it.
Yeah. Well, if we get a panel van,
you shift over here instead of over here. And I've been shifting over here my whole life. And even then, I'm probably out of practice. I haven't had a manual transmission since I was a teenager.
Yeah, that was interesting. And that wasn't
I did have my CDL and drove a big truck for a while, but that's like a whole different ballgame than driving a
Zeb's driven a semi truck and he's gone to race driving school, which I feel like that.
Thank you, Discount Tire, for sending me to racing school several times.
Yeah, when Zeb used to work for Discount. All right, I almost got these. Sorry, I'm just painting these because I'm going to put transfers on them.
It was like a sales milestone perk, and I hit it a lot, so I got to go a lot. It was fun.
I don't think anybody's surprised that you were good at your job. Zeb gives 100% to everything he does.
I'm good at hauling packages for you.
That is, you are good. And I'm pretty decent at hauling stuff too. People are always surprised. They're like, "Can you lift that?" I'm like, "Probably better than you, dude." Like, not that you're not you, but like the person that has I'm like, I move stuff all the time. And part of moving stuff is actually not overall strength. It's knowing what muscles to use.
Learning the balance.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not painting the backs of these boxes. I'm going to neatly cut the sides here. So when you open it, maybe I'll do something fun on the inside. We don't do that often. We'll see. We'll see how much time we have. What are we looking at on time?
I don't know. Caitlin dropped the link to the summer sampler kit, so make sure you get those before they're sold out. Let's see. Flat tires and M&Ms. Yep, we had a flat tire on a Sunday just before the place was closed. We had to put in a claim. So another pro tip, check with your credit card companies before you rent a car. There are credit cards. Zeb has a business Visa that he used, and I actually usually use my American Express. There are insurances on there that will cover things that you don't need to pay extra for. And so
like roadside assistance,
we're getting
and flat
completely
tires.
Reimbursed for the flat tire and the roadside assistance from Visa because Zeb used our business card for the rental. We just put in a claim. Can you ask how old we are? Yeah, I'm 43 and Zeb will be 44 next month.
Yep. Less than a month, I'll be 44.
Caitlin said, don't ever tell us we can't. Caitlin is very much the same way. Like if there's a will, there's a way. She'll figure it out. Oh, you missed an edge. Yeah, you missed that front edge. Where? On the right side.
Oh, the whole side, the whole back of it.
There's a bit missing.
I'm like, here, look at this beautiful toad I'm painting. It's a new style of art.
The only thing that stresses me out about shipping it all together is like if anything were to happen, your entire haul is gone. Whereas when you're shipping individual boxes, if one box or two boxes gets missed, that's not everything that somebody's driving by looking at us. I think that's Brother Stewart.
Yeah, looks like he's out on a bike ride with his daughter.
But and sometimes I just lift stuff myself. It's easier for me to do things myself if I can get my hands around it than it is to have somebody else help me who doesn't know what they're doing. Zeb would most of the time, Zeb would rather move furniture with me than a man who doesn't, even if they're stronger, who doesn't move furniture that often. All right, I think that's all good. I'm going to sand the back of these, so don't worry about that being messy. I'm not going to paint the back because that goes against the wall. Okay. Let those cool down. Let me grab my transfers.
We might go a little long today.
Yeah,
we got a lot of projects that we got to get done anyway.
We've been gone. We missed you guys.
Okay, so this has the Salvation Solution in white. It's very thick, so don't be surprised when you use it and you're like, man, this thing feels like plaster. That's how thick it is. It's good stuff. Now I'm going to go back on with the plaster color.
What do you want for your birthday? Well, if it gets here, he's got a 1870s musket coming.
Yep. I actually think I can get it into usable condition. It's got some rust and some condition issues. And the percussion cap is like a little bent over, but you know, I think I I can fix that.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
If I get that into working condition and clean that thing up, like that's gonna be.
And
really
I can
cool.
say that I actually bought it because I was when we were
she
done.
was bidding. Well, she wasn't
I
gonna
missed
bid.
out bidding on the musket, and they closed the bidding. And so I told Deb, I said, I'm just going to go up there and say, hey, if they don't pay for it, I want that. Here's my information. And she said, well, actually, nobody won it because they didn't
meet the reserve.
They didn't meet the reserve, but they don't say that in the auction. They just say auction's over. So I said, well, how much is the reserve? And they said 250 pounds. I was like, we'll take it. Let me see it. And so they brought it around and we bought it. And then we
were in the car for like 10 minutes. And we're like, how are we going to get this home?
Yeah. Then we did some research and realized that we couldn't ship it like DHL. So I was because Deb's driving, right? So I was the one doing all the research, and I called probably half a dozen places, and I got 3 different people that gave me different prices. Somebody was 6 hours away. They wanted 650 pounds to do it. Somebody was 3 hours away and they wanted 1,000 pounds to do it. And then I called American Airlines because I'm like, forget that. I'll just do it myself. And they're like, no, you can't, but you can call this guy. And I called that guy. And the reason I need to call American is because the second guy made the mistake of saying, well, you can only ship it through American Airlines. And when I heard that, I thought, when I get off the phone with you, I'm going to call them. So then I called them. And when I talked to that guy, he was 450 pounds, which wasn't that much of a markup from what it cost him to cargo it. He probably made like 100 pounds for handling the transaction, for carrying the license. And he only needed it dropped off in London, which is about an hour and a half from where we were at, because it's like the outskirts of London. And so that wound up being really reasonable. And then I was actually the one, you'll get to see it on the video, but Zeb was staying in the car when we dropped it off. They have a lot of rules there. I had to go borrow a high-vis vest, a bright orange vest, and then haul my gun to the back of the depot and then drop it off.
I got a video of her like running around all these big trucks and forklifts and stuff in her little vest.
My little vest, I thought it was really cute.
Well, a musket. It's not a rifle.
Yeah,
it's not regulated here in the States. Like, they don't
because
care.
It's not necessarily usable, and they're like, what? Because they don't make ammo for it anymore. They never did make ammo. You had to do your own thing.
Ooh, that means I will probably, if I get it into working condition, I'll have to get the stuff to cast it. Bummer.
You'll make the balls, and then the black powder is the same as we use in our.
Yes and no. The stuff I use is still considered black powder, but it's very advanced.
As of yet, it's still determined if we actually got it over here, and then we got to get it out of customs. But if we're successful, we can add that to our repertoire.
It's amazing. So unless something happened with the case, it's fine.
We can add that to our repertoire that we are now antique arms dealers. I mean, we're not selling it, but not currently. Maybe next time we'll find. And it's actually like the same price. Like if we had got a few muskets. Yeah, it would have cost the same.
Would have cost the same rate to ship, like up to 6, I think.
Well, yeah, I think this guy probably whatever would have fit in that box, but I don't even know how you'd source them. Like we randomly happened upon this one at an auction. It's not something we see a lot. Do you follow all the Mormon rules? That's a really weird question. We are active members of our church, and we do our best to live the gospel, if that's your question.
When we're traveling though, and you got to eat, like you still go out.
Yeah. We're realistic about things like that, and that's the same for anybody. But anyways, yeah, we're not here to talk about our church. Did you find a quilt? I found a comforter, and I found a quilted pillow. It's like it was made out of a French quilt. I actually found a couple of pillows, and I found a bunch of like, you'll see it coming up in a video. I found a bunch of actual linens that I don't buy a lot of linens because it's so expensive, but I found some decent ones. Okay, this one's done. Oh, for the love.
What'd you do?
Let me see. Well, it's upside down, but I'm wondering when we put the hook on, like because of what it's going to cover, it'll probably be okay. I might put some.
I'm over here digging through all Jamie's transfer scraps, trying to find the perfect one to fit on there.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something else up top here, go in the other direction. That'll make it better. That'll make it better.
These are all so cut up in your scrap bin.
What?
All these transfers. I need like a small little element.
No, we don't buy anything in England that needs a makeover. I did get some wooden hearts that I might do something on. And I got some tins that I might make ornaments out of for myself. But no, I don't buy things there because that wouldn't make sense. The only reason we do makeovers is because we can't find the cool stuff we want here. Why is this being done? Seb, how does this go in here? Is it this way?
There's a hole.
There's 2 holes.
The big hole goes in the
bottom?
The bottom, yeah. You might have it backwards. I don't know. I'll come look at it and say, "Ooh, I think this will work."
I put it now. It's going. The floral's going each direction, so it looks fine. But I need you to put that on there. And this time, I'll make sure I get it right. That's the top.
Well, and they're not all the same. So where's the other? Do you have the screw for that?
Thanks, Claire. She said that I was pretty. I appreciate that. It's a very nice thing to say.
Where's the screw you have?
I tried. It did not work because my hair was still wet. I tried one of those like heatless curl things this morning, but I'm going to try it again because I'm determined to figure out how to not have to use a curling iron every day. What?
Jimmy, where'd you go with the screw?
The screw.
That goes in here.
You took
I
it
had
out.
them all in the ends.
Nope, I did not.
Yes, you did. It's right here.
I didn't take it out though.
No, I had them in the hooks.
Oh, well, that's problematic.
And you took it out of the hook.
Where's this screw at?
It's over here. I took that one out and I have it over here.
Okay. But anyways, I'm working on learning how to use heatless curls. If I can figure it out, I'll let you guys know. I don't know how many of you have long hair, so it might not even be something you want to know about, but it's something I like, so I'm working on it. I actually bought it so that way when I went to England, I wouldn't have to use a curling iron, but it didn't come in time. So I bought a curling iron that had international voltage. Oops, I cut off the edge.
So 2 of these were already sold. At the start of the video, we had 1 available. Yeah. They have hanging hardware on the back. That's not going to rip out. It's in the metal.
I'm going to sand it still and seal it.
And then they have these.
Oh, I probably should have sealed it before I put that on, but I can seal it.
Oh, yeah, you can still seal it. It's not going to hurt this cast.
But yeah, so you can buy like converters that convert the electrical cord. And then I bought a cheap, it was like $10 at Walmart curling iron that has international voltage while we were in England. And my hair just did not look the same as it does here because that curling iron was not the same as a curling iron I use here. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it with like not having to have a curling iron because I don't blow dry my hair. That takes way too long. I got too much hair. Whatever it is, however it dries, that's how it is. Oh, they said that's pretty. When I used to visit my uncle regularly in England, I kept a blow dryer at his house. So there was a blow dryer at our Airbnb, but like I said, I don't blow dry my hair. My hair is really thick and long, and it would damage it, plus take way more time than I want to spend. It takes me about 5 minutes to curl my hair. I don't spend a lot of time on it. I usually go to bed with my hair wet, and then in the morning, I curled. But we took a shower this morning because we were too tired last night, and so my hair was wet when I tried to put it in the heatless curl thing, and so it didn't really work. But figure it out. Okay. Let that cool. For this one. We also have a lot of people that ask us if we'll do like buying trips, and maybe I would.
I mean, we're pretty good at it, but it would have to be.
It's a lot of stress. I don't want to be responsible
that I wouldn't
for somebody's international trip. A lot of things can go wrong.
I think it would be fine. I'll help you.
Seb says it'll be fine, but I'm here to tell you that it's not always fine. And I'm pretty patient about things not being fine, but if somebody has never traveled abroad before, it's just you just have to go. Not as convenient.
You have to go without expectations, yes. And then whatever the trip is, it's amazing.
And it's not that things are better here in the U.S. than there. It's just different. And things are definitely like, that's one of the things I love about the U.S. that I will always just be so happy for is how convenient things are, how much space we have, even when we just like shop, parking, whatever. Last night I was so tired. I wanted Mexican food. I ordered DoorDash which you can order DoorDash there, but not a lot of places are open late. And where we usually stay, there's not a lot of places that do Uber Eats. So the options are not very much. But here you could DoorDash Walgreens medicine. And I have. There's been times my mom needed something and I didn't have time to go to the store. And I have a dasher bring my mom what she needs. And we also have like same day Amazon delivery. So yesterday morning, so the night before, while I was sleeping, I got a text from Frederick. Mom, I need a white dress shirt. Mine ripped. I need it for wrestling pictures because he's wrestling now at the high school. I need you to overnight it. And he's just so used to it. It's like no big deal. Luckily, I got up to pee at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we're still in England.
So when I got up to pee, it was still the day before here in the US. And I was able to cart 2 shirts and have them delivered between 4 and 8 a.m. the next day. So he literally had, when he woke up, 2 dress shirts sitting on the porch waiting for him. That kind of convenience is not happening anywhere. And it's 2-day delivery minimum.
Amazon is getting better. You see the Amazon trucks driving around there in the UK now, which we didn't see before. Like it was coming on a separate courier. Now they've got their own trucks there.
Yeah, we ordered bubble wrap this time. And that was so much cheaper and convenient to have that. But not all Airbnbs will let you have things delivered to the Airbnb. But it was about 1/4 the cost of buying bubble wrap at the hardware store. So that was awesome because we saved a couple $100 in shipping supplies this time because of that. So from a foreign country, I was able to get my son a shirt overnighted for no extra cost from Amazon. Okay. This one is pretty too. Do you have the other hook? I'm going to put that one on here. Judy says, I'm able to get Prime same day in Canada. It's great, especially when husband wants something like yesterday. Yeah, I use it a lot for my kids when they need stuff or my mom. And then I also use a lot of DoorDash because Walgreens DoorDashes, you can actually get Dick's Sporting Goods. You can DoorDash. I don't know what we were doing, but we were somewhere. And Redrick had to have knee pads. We were at Jack's football game. And he had to have knee pads. No way I could leave the game to get him knee pads, or he couldn't play in his game. He needed them for that, for football. So I went on DoorDash and for like a $5 tip, I had knee pads delivered because we're like 5 minutes from Dick's. We're not very far. The driver dropped off some knee pads to Redrick. So there's a lot of convenience. When you're a busy working mom and dad, it's super convenient to have those kinds of things. It's like having your own assistant. Same thing with grocery delivery. We can have things delivered while they used our Sam's Club account to have things delivered while we were gone.
Oh, that must be at the shop.
Oh, it's 11 o'clock. So yeah, we're open. Next, Tina says, next time you travel to London, I work for Enterprise National Elmo. I can get you a car cheaper than what you paid.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Would you email Caitlin, Tina? Tina is somebody I actually know. Tina Wynn has followed us forever and orders. I would think that would be awesome. I actually booked a car through Enterprise. We have the Enterprise account, so I do get points with it. And we actually used those points for a free day when we went to Alabama. But I just booked another car with Enterprise today for when I'm in Arizona next week. Because we're flying into Sky Harbor, and I didn't want to make anybody pick me up. All right.
Oh, you're going into Sky Harbor? Not.
Yeah, Breeze flies in from Provo to Sky Harbor.
Oh, well, that's handy to know.
Yeah, and they were cheaper than what I paid for a rental car is what it would have cost me extra to fly through Allegiant. So I was like, now I have a rental car, and I don't have to be a burden on anybody. I got my own wheels.
That's like the whole reason you're going down there is to be helpful.
Yeah, I'm going to be helpful, not to make people have to pick me up from the airport. You've never used DoorDash. I mean, I think if I was not working, it's not something I would use. Like I literally use DoorDash like an employee. But if you're sick, DoorDash is convenient.
It's like a really easy hire out courier service that's already set up in place.
I also send meals to people through DoorDash when they've been sick, when I don't have time to drop things off, or it's like,
well, and that's handy because you could be in another state and just be like, hey, sorry, you're having a tough day. What do you need?
Yeah. And then it just gives me the opportunity to basically, employ somebody else. So you got to think your time is money and you can't be everywhere all at once. So you got to figure out ways to delegate your tasks.
Do we already have final finishes out anywhere, or are we out?
We do not. I'm actually just going to clear wax these. Do we have another thing of clear wax?
I'll just use, I'm
just using little scraps, you guys, to fill up the space on these. So that way they look nice and balanced, because they don't have any transfers that are exactly this size. I did send meals to Renee in Arizona to my sister Renee when she was sick. Yeah. And when you're in the States, you can also use it like room service if you're at a hotel or an Airbnb. In out of the country, you have to use like Grubhub and services like that. They don't have DoorDash. As long as you're by like a big place that actually has it. So I could have done the Grubhub for a few different places where we were at. They just didn't have great options. And we went to the grocery store while we were there. We only ate out one meal a day, and some days we didn't even eat out at all.
All right, final finishes in gloss. And I'm just going to cover up this transfer. The paint doesn't need sealed, but the transfer needs sealed.
Okay, where's the other hook?
I passed it over to you. It's right here.
Oh, okay. Do you have the screw for this one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm hiding.
These are so much cuter. All right, I need to, I'll screw this. No, I can screw back in. And then I'm going to lightly distress the edges, and then I'll clear wax them off camera. Oh, Leslie says she uses Uber Eats. Yeah, it's the same thing. DoorDash is like the most popular here in Utah for everywhere. So that's just what I use. What transfer was used on the rolling pin?
It was a scrap, and I don't know what it came out of. Jamie,
I would say that that's probably from Brocant.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
It's from the Brocant transfer. That one has a lot of different images, but you could also use Lover of Flowers is really good. We don't have that one at home, but that one has a lot of really good small images. Or Rose Botanical. I need to go grab some more of those. Right now I'm using Saint Germain, which I'm going to be using for the foreseeable future because it's got so many elements. Yeah, a lot of times when I go to Arizona, I just drive there because it's like 10 hours, but we got to drive there for Thanksgiving, and flights weren't as expensive as when I looked up last time, so we're flying. It is easier on my mom to fly. Sometimes she prefers to drive. We take pretty good care of her and make sure she's comfy if we're driving. She has all of her things.
So this color, if you don't want to mix it, I don't remember the formula. I'd have to go back and watch my video because I had to amend it and keep mixing in some more of that honey. Apothecary is very close to this color.
Americana.
Or Americana, you're right.
And the Cottage color.
Yes.
I mean, Apothecary in the DIY line.
Apothecary is going to be a little more blue. Sorry.
I'm just distressing the edges to bring some of that black through on this. And then the back, I'll actually just use the orbital, but in the back, you could just sand it and get that paint off there. So it's got a little bit of a neater edge because I don't want it. I'm not going to paint something that's going to go up on somebody's wall. One of the things that we had to do right before we left, in addition to redoing the siding, our dryer broke. And so while we were gone, the part came in and Eliza had to like handle letting the guy in. My mom was here too, so there was an adult, but they had to let the repairman in and pay the repairman. She had to do it.
It was a good lesson in like how to run a house.
And into adulting. And now our dryer is fully functioning.
It was working when we left. It was broken actually a couple days
before.
The
guy fixed it. He kind of put a Band-Aid fix on it, and then the part came in.
The same part that I fixed about, what has it been, 6-8 months? It might have been a year. I don't know. But he's like, oh, this part is actually faulty on here and they know about it. I'm like, so why aren't they covering it? Because we're out of warranty.
All right, that's cleaned off. The back's cleaned off on that. And I'll do the same thing on the others off camera. Okay, you want to go see if that picture is done for?
Oh, I'm sure it's done.
One?
I printed up 4 of them. We probably have all 4 of them downstairs.
Okay. I need to get, actually, I dry brushed this. I don't know if you guys saw that. It took me like 2 seconds. I'm going to put some floral on this, and then I'll put art in that one.
Except for it's not done because someone turned the printer off while I was gone.
Oh, no. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. My kids do have great skills. They all do care for each other. My boys both had football games while we were gone, and my girls divided and conquered because they had football games at the exact same time. And both my girls took the boys out to eat afterwards. Sometimes these, the boxes have wax on them, so they just don't like to stick. I wonder if I should seal this before. Let's see if I can get this on here. But anyways, they both come out to eat since they lost. Both of my boys were kind of expecting to lose because they were in the semifinals for the playoffs, and they were playing teams that they weren't expected to beat. So they kind of saw that coming.
So I have these, but they're kind of wrinkled.
What? Oh, that might work. Let me finish getting this on here. This might be problematic.
Let me see if I can get the wrinkles out of them.
I mean, it's sticking, but I'll seal it up. Can you give me some, the liquid patina?
Yep.
So what happened is these boxes sometimes have wax on them, which makes it difficult to get transfers to not peel up the paint with them. So I'm kind of having to work a little extra hard on this. If you ever have that happen, you might want to seal your box first and let that dry and then put the transfer on it. But I seem to be able to make this work. Mom, did you miss us while we were gone? Or did you have a party? My mom, she can't hear me. Mom, what? Did you miss us while we were gone, or did you have a party? Did you miss us while we were gone? She said yes. My mom generally kind of does her own thing, but when we're gone, she winds up fussing over the kids and the dogs and doing the dishes and things like that. So she gets a little tired. Even though Odelia was here and Eliza was here, my mom does a lot. And she's 86, so nobody expects her to do anything. She's the queen. Everything she does is a bonus.
All right, we'll see if I can get this ironed mostly flat. You can see I've got a pretty serious bend. It got crinkled underneath the cutter over there. They were just hanging out. No water in my iron. And high heat.
Leslie said she overslept. Leslie, set your alarm because next week we're going to be live at 9 our time because
That's 8 for her.
That's 8 for you because I have a funeral and I've got to leave by 10 to get to the airport. So we're just going to do it earlier. We usually would pre-record, but we've been pre-recording so much. It would just be easier to go live earlier. And I think you guys enjoy it better when we're actually live. So no, my oldest girl went on a mission in Michigan, but she's actually home. She's been doing that from home. She's actually going to be, she was going to be done with her mission in March, but now she's probably going to end her mission so she can go down and help my sister, since my brother-in-law is having surgery, and help my niece, whose husband and oldest son just passed away, and she has 8 kids. She's going to go help her and my other niece, who helps her with her kids, down in Arizona for a while, and then she's probably going to go to, I think, nail school. Yep. And then she'll go. Then she's going to use nail school
to put herself through. She was going to school before she did the service mission for. She wants to be a school teacher.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to do 2
sides.
That
did pretty good. That got the wrinkles out of both of these pretty well. Definitely good enough to decoupage. So whatever you're going to do to that.
Yes, Sandra, our family is really sad about my nephew's passing. It's not really something I could talk about because it's just really tender to me. But yeah, I've got a funeral next week. Not anything we were planning on. And so we'll go live at 9 and then we'll head out. And then I'll be back before the Saturday thrift haul because the funeral's on Thursday. Susie says she's painting along with us, prepping for a craft fair on Saturday.
Ooh, fun. Love a good craft fair.
Yeah, craft fairs are fun. We saw a lot of like makers and stuff in England. There's a lot of very bespoke craftspeople. I wouldn't say that I'm a bespoke crafter, but I do use bespoke milk paint. That counts for anything. So I'm having a struggle with this because there was wax or something underneath that's causing this paint not to adhere as much as I would like. So if you ever have that, you can kind of do what I'm doing, like peel it back and whatever, I'm kind of fighting it. Or you could just use a new one, but before you do that, seal it up, let it dry completely like overnight, and then put it on. Or you could sand it, remove the wax, all those kinds of things. But I am getting it to work. It's just not as easy as when I did these ones. So my niece's husband passed away this summer, and this is her oldest boy. And it sounds like, and my niece is my age. So her oldest boy is Odelia's age. It is a blessing to have my mom live with us. She's mostly a sweetheart. She's a little sassy. But it wasn't something we'd ever planned on doing. But I feel like when you do things that are for other people, then you wind up being blessed more than the service you give most of the time. And that's definitely the case with my mom. And my mom was like, Renee can tell you, my mom was an amazing mom and grandma. Everybody thinks they're her favorite because she makes everybody feel that way. And she was the mom that everybody, like my friends who had a rough home life, would come to my house because our house was a safe place to be. And so it's only fair that I would take care of my mom and my dad when he was alive. And then before that, they lived with my sister Deborah for a while. Or my sister Deborah lived in their house with them, but same.
I think I'm going to have just enough of that mix, but this will be good to use up the paint and not waste it.
Oh, and Caitlin said, Grandma Rose is an amazing person and she loves spending time with her. Yeah, Caitlin actually came over while we were gone. Caitlin does a lot of things for my mom too. It's like a joint effort between me and my girls. And Zeb does a lot of things for my mom.
Actually, she just hangs out and watches the dogs all day.
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. Her and the dogs are besties. I think we're going to take the dogs with us to Arizona because we're taking our camper, which is pretty big.
Yeah, they can.
And then they can just hang out with my mom hangs out in the guest room at my sister's house most of the time, so the dogs can just hang out.
They're super well behaved. They're getting older. They're 4 now.
Yeah.
They don't chew stuff, and they haven't had an accident in like 2 years.
Okay, so this is going to be, I think I'm just going to do 2 sides on this one. I could do 4, but I don't know. Maybe, all right, I'll do 4. I can't stop at 2.
And they have been on long trips. We took them to California when we went to
Debbie's.
They
were puppies,
when they were puppies.
I feel like multi-generational living is pretty common in some cultures. And a lot with it's not super uncommon in our faith. A lot of people build houses here in Utah with mother-in-law apartments just to plan ahead. And like in our case, we don't have a mother-in-law apartment, but we have a full guest suite on the main floor that we built for them like to come visit. And then they wound up living in it full time.
Well, at the time they were coming in when we started the build and purchased the home and did the plans for it. They were visiting about 2 to 3 months out of the year.
Yeah, my mom's always
various different times, not all at once.
She traveled to see all of her kids, and she still does, not as much because it's harder for her. But at the time, they went and saw everybody, and we lived in Utah, so they would come see us up here.
But anyway, it turned out being a permanent residence, and it's been great.
Oh, Terry just bought my box. She loves it. You probably just feel bad for me fighting this stupid thing. Taking pity on me. I'm like, I will win. Well, it's a good lesson for you guys to kind of see how you can work through it. It doesn't always work, but I'm getting it to stick. I just got one more side. I'm going to use this one here. Zeb needs to paint the handle on the tote. Oh, that's what he's doing.
I almost forgot. And then I'm like, why am I heat gunning when I still have more painting to do?
It's 11:30, so I think we're just going to call it at 12 wherever we're at, and then we can circle back. We may not get everything that's sold painted this week. It might carry on over to next week, or we might just slap some paint on something off camera, go do something else, come back.
We have a tote over here that needs done.
Yeah, I think we got one more thing, and we have a little sled. Usually it takes us Paint-A-Palooza and Waste Not Wednesday, or we'll paint stuff on the end of videos. Where's my stick?
Oh. All right. Now back to heat gunning.
Yeah.
You know, something I saw this time that when we were in England that I didn't see a lot last time, at least in the area we were at, there were a lot of woodlands for sale. And you can't necessarily build on the woodlands. It's just like woods that you have to leave as woodlands. And I'm like, oh man, they got trees for sale out here.
Zeb always scheming, looking at all the real estate in England. I'm like, buddy, we ain't buying England and real estate rich. Someday, if the land we buy here is worth some money, maybe. Now, the other thing we're doing when we go to, because my brother-in-law is having surgery in Arizona, like the week before Thanksgiving. So Zeb is going to be in charge of frying the turkeys, and we're going to help my sister get all the shade and get everything set up for our family Thanksgiving, and then her other side of the family's Thanksgiving.
It should be pretty chill. There's a lot of adults now.
Yeah. There we go.
And there are lots of kids, but it's a lot easier when you have Thanksgiving and the average age is like 16 to 24.
Thank you. You grabbed the top coat. We have a clean brush.
Yes. Like Jack is starting to be one of the younger grandchildren.
Well, he is the youngest.
Well, on your mom's side.
Yeah. But then there's great grandkids.
Yeah. All the great grandchildren are his age or older.
My dogs might get car sick, but they'll be in Zeb's truck.
They'll be fine.
They haven't traveled for a while. We wouldn't do it except for like it'll save us from having to pay $500 or $600 to get a dog sitter.
They didn't get car sick the last time around. They got anxious. Cody gets real
So we have
wound up.
medication for that now. But since I'm also flying down for the funeral and renting a car, this will kind of negate the expense of hiring a dog sitter. We do actually, my sister doesn't have a fence, but we have these collars that you can use a GPS range for. So we might bring those so that way they can hang out outside but not leave her property. My sister kind of lives on the country. She lives on a country road in the middle of the city.
It's a country road. She's like the last holdout. They have what, like 3.5 acres and horse property?
I think 5 all total. So I'm just using.
They were like middle of nowhere when I started dating Jamie, like an hour out of town, like out of Phoenix.
Yeah. So this is final finishes in gloss that I'm using on here, and I'm just sealing over the top of the transfer. It's also going to help, you know, make sure it doesn't come up since it was giving me a fit. And I could use this to seal over the top of these, but I'll just clear wax those.
So this is taking, it's like a lighter green color. It's taking about 2 and a touch-up coat, like 2.5-ish, to get good coverage on here over the top of this red. Red is one of those colors like black, like covering it can be tricky.
I'm so proud that you're using Ziploc baggies for your brushes.
I know.
I don't even know who you are anymore. Usually I'm having to ask you to put them in a bag. Sorry.
I was in there, so I grabbed bags.
Okay. I'm going to work on my art piece next. Do we have the glue gun?
Yes, we do, but it's not on.
Okay. So if you guys remember from the beginning, we had this frame and I painted the base plaster. Should I decoupage this on here or can I just glue it on?
You can probably just glue the edges. I wouldn't glue the center, but also that's tricky so that you don't get bubbling in the center.
So I should just decoupage it on?
Yeah, it's the best result.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna arrange this on here. Hey, Saturn from Texas. We're glad you finally commented from the lurking world. She said she's been lurking for about a year. She thought she'd comment.
It's okay. We don't mind if you never comment. We like to interact with you,
but we don't expect people to.
But some people like to just watch, and that's fine.
I'm a lurker. I actually don't comment on a lot of stuff on YouTube.
I have been commenting more because I've been, I watch a lot of like gun videos and tractor videos, and I have those things, and so I have I feel like I have like helpful input to put out there. So if I see someone answering a question, it's kind of like some of you guys. If you guys see someone answering a question and it's something asking a question, it's something we've covered a lot. Like you know the answer and you answer it, and it's awesome.
I usually watch on TV, so I don't have it going on my phone. Like I watch YouTube while I'm doing something else. So I don't have like access to it to comment easily, I guess I should say. Robin says, I'm here, just don't always comment. Well, we're glad you're here. Social media is a lot of things, but I hope that this is a place where people can go and relax and chill and see something fun, not something stressful. Although people probably do stress out by the way that I do my projects sometimes, but I can't help that. I can't fix everybody's problems.
You're over here giving them an eye twitch. I am, because I only painted like 3/4 of the box.
Somebody was really disturbed the other day. They're like, when you're negotiating, you should say please. And I'm like, I use the lingo that everybody else uses when I'm in a foreign country. So like, it's very common in England to say, what have you got on that? And they tell you, then you say, would you take blah, blah, blah. And then you negotiate. And then I'm not a hardcore negotiator. And then I usually will say, thank you, have a good day when I'm done. But they don't say, please, what do you have on this? Like, that's not common discourse, I guess, I don't know. Like, that's not how they speak over there. So I'm sorry that it might offend some people, but I typically pick up on like what the typical thing is. And I try to like blend in and not be like super crazy. And I always will tell people like, thank you, have a great day, I appreciate it, whatever. But like typically when Zeb and sometimes I'll say please, or sometimes he'll say please. But a lot of times I'm like, hey, can you hand me that? I mean, he's not offended. No. But people feel the need to comment. And I think when
we're both here working, it's like an extra word.
Yeah. I think sometimes people think that if you don't say please, you're impolite, but they're not being impolite when they tell you that you're being impolite. And I'm like, actually, calling somebody out is probably not the most polite thing. And just because somebody handles themselves differently doesn't mean it's incorrect. Everybody does and says things differently, but depending on how they grew up, what they got used to saying, whatever. Not all countries even use the word please. I am really good about saying thank you and telling people have a nice day. And I usually smile when I talk to them. And I feel like that's okay. Is that the box that had some colors on it? This one, no. This one Yes, this one had paper on it.
That one needs painted
but
more.
That one we're probably not going to finish. And then the little sleigh is around here somewhere.
Yep. The little sleigh, I'm just going to do some like holiday transfer on it. So
normally they just say, oh, mush, how much is that at a boot sale? That's funny. Son says, love watching you from South Africa. We met a few people from South Africa and England.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. A lot of people have family in South Africa and vice versa.
I used to get really annoyed when people would call me out for how I do things. Now I just either block them from ever commenting again, or I just ignore them, or I just say, well, that's how I do it. Sorry if you had a bad day.
Your secret's out.
Yeah, the secret's out. On YouTube, you
be
can
like,
block.
I don't have time for that today, block.
Yeah, on YouTube, you can block people from the channel, but they don't know it. So they can still see stuff and comment, but nobody else can see it, and neither do you. We call it the trapdoor. No need to get in an argument with people on the internet about stuff. And then they can keep commenting whatever they want. I'm not even saying they're wrong for commenting. I'm just saying I'm probably unlikely to change. Not because I can't change, but because my brain has a lot of other things going on. So if I forget to say please, it's not because I'm rude. It's just because I forgot to say it. Or because that's not what's said. All right, so I'm using liquid patina on this. Let me move this box. And I'm decoupaging this rice paper on here, trying to keep it mostly flat. But it usually the wrinkles will suck down. And then I'm going to go over the top of it with some more liquid patina. You don't want to overwork this rice paper because it does have fibers in it. Cheryl says, what's the price? Will you take less? It's good enough. Yep.
Yeah, and we usually don't go back and forth with people.
And I'm not
I don't
want to offer
like
them nothing. And if they say that's the price, I'll either walk away or I'll pay the price. Like, I'm not going to argue with them. Yeah. Occasionally they'll be like, oh no, I'll take less. But England people are not as big negotiators as like France. They expect you to offer half of what they tell you. Like, that's just the way it is. But in England, not so much. And some people are like, no, I'm not going to lower my price. And I'm okay with that.
And then you have the choice to purchase it at the price they want, or maybe it's higher than you wanted to pay. So you're like, okay, thanks.
If somebody doesn't have prices on something, they can't get upset that you A, ask them for the price, or B, ask if they'll take less. If they want a certain price, they should just have it on there. And at antique stores, you can ask for the dealer price, like the trade price. That's what it is. And you can save 5 to 10% because you're trade. And usually we'll buy quite a bit.
We're usually buying several hundred pounds worth of stuff at once, and they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we bought some copper at an antique store, and they didn't do a whole lot, but they did like 10%. And then the flea market antique store in Lewis, they said if we paid cash, which we had cash we needed to use up, we would save 10% on any item over 10 pounds. So that was pretty great. Do they have Jack in the Box in England? They don't,
no.
Nadine.
They do have like Taco Bell, KFC, Burger King, McDonald's. Those are pretty prevalent. Subway is around.
Domino's?
It is different. They have different things on the menu, and like your sausage egg McMuffin, the sausage is different.
Yeah, and they don't have the same sauces. Like,
yeah, they have brown sauce.
Brown sauce?
At McDonald's. It's like brown gravy, basically.
I love how I just plopped that box in Zeb's area. Yeah, that kind of happens. Usually it's actually this area. He has more space than me because I share with a computer.
Yeah, I have a lot of space.
But sometimes he'll like put stuff, or he takes my stuff. I'm like, where's my scissors? Oh, they're over there. Where's my... It happens. All right.
So I don't have the front of this one. Do you remember which this one is?
That is Saint Germain.
Saint Germain.
All right. What do you need me to do? You need me to work on this box?
Yeah.
What were you going to do with it?
I was going to go plaster with it, and then either decoupage or transfers.
I'll just use some Saint Germain on this box. That'd be
so there's all the pages in there. We've already used some.
I think Nadine said she bought this one, and I think she'd like that because that has pink in it. Where's the plaster brush?
Here, you can use this half page.
Okay.
Plaster brush is right here.
Oh, did you paint right over the top of that paper?
Yeah, it wasn't coming off and it was getting all stripy. I think once you decoupage over it, it'll be fine. I'm going to do a heavy distress on it. It was sticking down pretty good. I pulled it off in a couple places.
Okay. As long as it's not coming up.
Yeah, if it does, we'll sand the whole thing off camera
and start over. All right.
It'll be
Just
okay.
checking.
It'll be all right.
Every little thing.
Some 80 grit makes some pretty
right.
quick work. All right, so Saint Germain. I'm gonna do these florals on this box.
We did find a place called Tortilla that made a really authentic California style burrito.
It was
it wasn't Mexican food, but California Mexican food.
It needed like a little bit of salt, which is fairly typical for most things. Like
we
at
like
least to our taste
saltier.
buds, I'm salting my fish and chips. I'm salting my chips. I'm salting my steak. You know, I'm salting my pasta. Like everything's getting salt.
They don't have cocktail sauce over there, which I like that on my fish and chips. And one of the places didn't have lemon, but they did put malt vinegar and salt on our French fries, and it was good. The prices are not more expensive in England for the food. It's about the same. In fact, some things are actually cheaper.
Food in general is cheaper.
No, they've raised the prices a lot over there. Their inflation in England, I feel like some things are almost double like what they were. It was really low the last time we went, but they've gone up quite a bit in the last year. Because we only go once a year, so we see the big jump.
So like there's still they have like pre-made pizzas. They're pre-made food. I feel like that is still less.
Yes, and they have good food like at the convenience stores, and it costs the same as the grocery store. They don't upcharge for it because you're at a convenience store. And there's like M&S which is like a regular nice grocery store, and they sell their nice foods at the convenience gas station. So you could go get pre-made foods that are really, really good.
They're called like they'll be like a Waitrose Express.
Hopefully no weight gain. I gained about half a pound because we did eat a little bit more candy because we were driving than I would at home. I don't eat as many treats.
I don't worry about being gluten-free, so I gained 2 pounds. And I'm not like 100% at home. You'll see me eat a tortilla or something every now and then, or a sandwich. But about 90% of the time, I don't eat gluten. I don't have celiac. It's just my Hashimoto's. It messes with my bowels pretty bad.
I probably didn't really gain weight even though I ate candy because we just didn't eat as much because there wasn't as much access. There's not like a lot of drive-thrus in the areas we're at, and we're always on the run.
Well, and a lot of the routes will either take you on the freeway, which there's not really, it's not like, occasionally there'll be a spot, but there's not like on the freeway here in the US, you'll see like all the restaurants when you get off at this exit that are close to the exit. That's not the case in England. And a lot of the navigation will route you through like tiny little back road towns that don't have anything.
I don't like this. I don't know what you did to it, but it looks bad. I'm going to sand the whole box down.
Okay, just set it aside. I'll get it later.
Sorry, Nadine, you're not going to see us finish this.
I'll sand it over.
I don't like the way it's turning out. I'm like, I keep fighting it, and it's just
Sometimes you got to start over. You have a good idea and it doesn't work out, and you got to restart.
Okay, I can get this glued in though. Does anything else bother Zeb besides gluten? He tries not to eat a lot of processed sugar.
Yeah.
Because it's inflammatory.
And that's easy if I'm being gluten-free because a lot of it comes in like with flour. So, although I do wish of all the things we brought home that we'd have gone back to Costco and got some more M&Ms. Their M&Ms over there, like
they are better.
The chocolate tastes better.
They don't have the same food coloring that we have
here.
I got paint on
like the reds are. Oh, what?
Well, you had it in my area. You knew it was at risk.
It's okay.
Right,
it's a work tool. It's not on a.
What about corn? Does corn bother you? No, because
no.
The gluten, a lot of gluten-free stuff is corn. We actually use kamut flour, which has gluten in it, but it's an ancient grain. It's high in protein. Your body processes it different. So if we make it at home, he can have kamut.
Yeah. I still try to not eat like a whole loaf of bread at once. It's not gluten-free. It's just different.
Our videos don't have much interaction with English people. We just don't film people. This needs
a lot of people don't want to be filmed.
Yeah, we have interaction with them, but we don't film a lot of people here in the States either.
Yeah, we don't. You won't see us like filming people in the thrift store.
Like somebody might be in the background, but
occasionally, yeah, if they walk in the background of the shop, they'll be in there, but.
Or if I film in a car boot negotiating with somebody, typically my camera is down looking at the item and not that person.
But yeah, we're not Peter Santinello. We're not going and interviewing people in foreign countries.
No. Negative ghostwriter.
We're there to thrift and junk.
The first video would have had more interaction in it, but okay. So when we got the flat tire, Zep's like, send me your footage. I'm like, it wasn't working. And he's like, you need to delete stuff. I'm like, I'm not in the mood to delete stuff. Like, I'm hungry. I'm tired. He's like, well, we're just sitting here. So I want the footage so I can edit the video. So I tried to send it to him. It didn't work. And then I deleted footage, but I forgot to uncheck the box that I had tried to send to him. So when I deleted the footage, the old footage on my phone to make room so that we would actually send to him, I deleted all my footage from that first day, including the tour of the cottage we were staying at. And then I always do like extra like storytelling footage, like flying out and all of the things I filmed that first day. So that first video wasn't as good as it would have been, but there was nothing we could do about it.
Luckily, I had filmed quite a bit.
Yeah, and I had used his phone to film in between places. So there was some footage of me talking, but I had filmed it on his phone because my phone was navigating. When you're navigating on CarPlay, you can't film. But like, it's one of those things. It's like, it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Like, it was gone. There was no fixing it. The States need car boots. Yeah, they do. I don't understand why there's not more swap meets here. It's like a cultural thing there. They don't really have yard sales or anything or estate sales, and it's how you get rid of extra stuff.
So they have entire companies that do house clearances. Like if someone passes away, they'll just come clear everything out, and then they pay X amount to clear it out, or you pay them depending on what it is or what the deal is. And if they get good stuff, they sell it at the boots.
Yeah. But it's just a way to like get rid of stuff. And you do find random stuff. It's not like going to an antique store where everything is like curated. It is literally just stuff from people's houses. And there's also like people that like sell like knockoff stuff from other countries and like household goods and things. But it's just the way they've been doing it over there for so long that's just the way it is. And it's very like community. Like each community kind of has their own car boot in their own areas. And
there'll be food trucks at some of them.
Some of them there's not.
There's usually always someone selling some hand or homemade pastries or
all right, I'm not doing very good
type
at this.
items. You need me to put that in for you?
Well, I can't get it to fit in there.
Did you hot glue it?
I tried.
Here, I'll do it. Here
did you both enjoy my country? Yes, we did.
Yes, it's an amazing country.
It's always good to be home. I just feel like home is just what you're used to. It doesn't mean that it's better or worse. It's just good to be home, but we have fun. And we are pretty like confident and comfortable in England. Like we know how to handle and operate most things there. And we enjoy the differences. Okay, let's see.
Well, and there's no language barrier. So if you don't know how to do something or how like culturally what you should be doing, you can just ask, or they'll just tell you and you understand because you speak English.
I feel like they're pretty patient with Americans for the most part. I mean, not everybody, but just like not everybody's patient with foreigners here. Okay, I cannot get this down in.
Okay.
Oh, don't pull it up.
No, we have to. I told you I'd help you.
Oh, well, don't do that.
Okay, I'll fix it.
All right, I need. All right, I'm gonna try to.
All right, we're gonna go over this transfer here.
I'm just making a mess. That's what I'm doing.
Sealing the transfer, and then I'm gonna distress the edges a little.
You can't wait to see what we do with the gun. We probably won't do anything with it. I need to like.
It might hang on the mantle somewhere for a minute.
Yeah, it might hang on the wall in the family room. That's just like art, but I would eventually like to have like a den or something, or maybe build like a little cabin on some of the land that we own, like long term. But as in the current realm of the next few years, it's probably just going to live on the wall in the family room. Meg says, I thought it was about the English environment and all the fog. No, the sun comes out in England. Is that what you're talking about? Like drab or whatever? Sun comes out. We actually always, you'll notice us talking about the weather a lot when we're over there, and you'll see if we've got our sunglasses on, the sun has come out. And it's sunnier in the summer. When we go, it's like their rainy season. So you kind of just expect it. I think it's not going in because there's these little nails.
Oh, yeah.
So we might have to do it off camera. Sorry, guys. You'll have to see us finish this off camera because we've got to get the nails out. All right. Are you almost done with that?
Yeah, I'm going to do a heavy distress on the base of that.
I don't really want to start. I feel like I'm starting to get the jet lag is starting to hit me. And I'm not doing my best work.
Well, so at this point, let's see, I laid in bed until like 4:15ish, 4:30, somewhere in there, but I've been up since 3:30. So what time is that? That's
at +6.
That's like
it was +7 most of our trip, but we had daylight savings time changing
9 hours
over there.
I've already been awake, 9ish.
Well, we've been live almost 2 hours this time. Sitting here yakking. Leslie has to go. Caitlin left. Renee had a meeting. Well, Renee has her.
How many are people still hanging out watching?
There's almost 700 people here between Facebook and Instagram.
That's fun.
So I'm just going to unscrew this and put a coat of paint on this, since I obviously can't figure out how to glue that in. Nadine says take a nap. No, we'll probably just fight it and stay awake until like 8 or 9.
We gotta stay alive for like 4 more
It's the easiest way to fight jet lag is to not nap. I just don't know that I'm going to be very good on camera much longer, but I can stay awake.
Unless you drive in with me to Salt Lake, then you're going to nap in the car.
I have to because the musket was shipped in my name.
Oh.
It's actually my musket. If we want to get real technically, legally.
You did.
I did buy it and ship
arrange the purchase and gave them the credit card
with my name on it. So
okay. So these drawers aren't quite dry yet. They'll dry out. We're going to put some little knobs. I have enough paint left to paint the knobs if we need to. We might do like some black cast iron. Depends on what we have at the shop in a pair of 2.
And the right size.
And it's going to get distressed on the body of this. Maybe I can do that now because the base of it is dry.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a second because I just am dry brushing this, and then I'm gonna put a big transfer to cover up right here where it says Cooperstown on this. Gotta find something that'll kind of cover that. Yeah, when we slept until 10. Well, sleeping until 10 in England is like sleeping until 3 or 4 in the morning here. We never, like, being there for 12 days, we definitely were not like acclimated. Also, we had been up till 2 the night before shipping. We really didn't get ourselves completely acclimated because we had so many late nights, and then a few days we did sleep in.
So when we got there, it was a 7-hour time difference. And then they had daylight savings time while we were there. So when we left, it was a 6-hour time difference. And we'll have daylight savings time here in a week.
Oh, we need to make sure the bottom is painted so that way if they hang it upside down, you missed a few spots. We'll touch
I'll give it another.
Off camera. We'll get it. They said they love that. I don't know if this is going to work for me. There's nothing in there. Something more solid.
So if you didn't want this rung, it kind of got chippy when I slid it through, I would let it cure up. like give it a few days before you try to slide it in.
All right, we got Katharina. Let's see what we got in here. Claudia says she really enjoyed the china, especially the blueware. Oh, there's lots of blueware.
That's like the bulk of what we got.
Yeah, that's very common. So
it's mostly what we see. Like they love it over there.
Very prevalent. And I like it a lot, so I'm not complaining.
Okay.
So I'm using the Clementine, what's this one called? Yeah, Clementine transfer. It had something that will cover up the words in the middle of this, but I might add some more things on each side. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when I'm done. Clementine is technically part of the Christmas release, but I don't think it's overly Christmassy. So make sure you guys are ordering lots of that transfer because when it's gone, it's gone. If you're not having buyers with your upcycled items, you might look and see what other people are selling and for how much and see if there's a different way to sell it in your area. Craft fairs, things like that don't always work really well. We have a store that we sell at and we sell online. And that seems to work really well for us. If we tried to sell on Facebook Marketplace, I don't think we would do very well here in Utah.
Not currently.
People treat it like a, yeah, people used to buy sell trade groups a lot, but people use it like a yard sale. So they want yard sale prices. They're not really willing to pay you for your time on Facebook Marketplace.
The only thing I've successfully sold without like getting super beat up on the price is like vehicles.
Yeah, make sure you're also taking really good pictures. Look at your pictures, compare it with other people that are selling like on Etsy. And if your pictures don't look as good as theirs, then you need to figure out a way to get better photos because it makes a huge difference. So that's what I would say. And just do some research.
Because it's kind of like eating. People eat with their eyes and their nose first, and people buy with their eyes when it's first.
And so like I said, we sell on our website and we sell in our shop. I don't really sell outside of that. So if that's not something you can do, I don't really have a ton of tips for you because I'm not in the resale market outside of just selling in my store. We haven't done a market in 6 years.
Yeah.
Since we got our store, I'm like, I have a store now. I'm not hauling stuff.
Might be coming up on 7.
You have an antique booth. Well, maybe it needs to be staged better. Make sure that you don't have just crafty items, like have it intertwined. I wish I knew some of the Facebook groups. There's groups for like booth sellers, and they have like ideas on how to stage and price things. Make sure that what you're selling is like looking really professional and like I said, go on Pinterest, look up antique booth pictures and try to copy that. When I didn't know what I was doing in my antique shop and when I had a booth at a store, I would go on Pinterest and spend hours trying to make my stuff look like that stuff. And then it really did make a difference. Again, I don't know what your place looks like, so I can't really say for sure, but hopefully that's helpful for you. I did get some tough love from Debbie Beard. She's like, you need to do a better job at staging. You're bringing down your brand. And I was like, and this is after I'd been in the business for a hot minute.
We were doing the new shop.
Yeah. And she's like, this is not going to work. You need to go on Pinterest. You need to try harder.
Some of it, I think she was trying to be nice about telling me. She's like, Zeb, what is this? This isn't on brand. What is this stuff?
You need to do, sometimes you have to give yourself the hard pep talks. And we've had to do that and change things up a little bit so that way it'll sell. All right. I've got, this one is Winter Botanist and it's got like some good edges that I think I'm going to use to kind of fill out this. So we've got these pieces.
So I just took this little bird. I originally just hit it with some I had basically some Salvation Solution primer left on my brush, so I just hit it with that to get it like a good white base coat. And then we've got plaster over the top, and now we're going to do this dark oil wax to sit down in all the nooks and crannies and give it some definition, because if you have like too bright white or too dark, like with blacks or browns, you lose a lot of the detail in a piece. You gotta have some contrast in there somewhere.
So what I'm doing here is I'm balancing out this transfer. This was just too much in the middle, and then we had like these big edge spots. So I'm adding some things to create a more cohesive design. Oh, Nadine said she was able to buy the tote. You can never have enough totes. I thought that tote had already sold.
Which one? This one?
Uh-huh.
I don't think so. I didn't see it on my list, but you said it was and needed painted, so it's done.
Well, either way, sold.
It's a little more like yellow sagey green, Nadine.
Yeah, it'll be a little different than some of the other stuff. Well, she knew what she was getting because she said she just got it. Maybe she bought it before. Bar Knick-Knack says, I'll look up on Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest is super helpful. And like I said, Etsy. Go look up top sellers on Etsy. See what they're doing. You don't need to, don't copy people, but you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can see how they're doing it and then put your own spin on it.
Okay, what else did we have out? Did we have anything outside?
Would you do this for me?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm almost done with this tray. I said I wasn't going to finish it, but I'm almost done now. This is adhering so much better than that little
slap
box.
Slap some little holiday themed transfer on this sled while you're...
I'll dry brush it, and then I'll make that cute too. As long as I don't fall asleep first.
I don't think we're at risk of that. Jamie just like slowly fades off as she's doing a transfer. That'd be something.
I've done this enough. I could probably do it in my sleep. But sometimes I do like look down when I'm working, and after a couple hours, my neck's sore.
All right. Okay, where's the frame for this?
I think I put it back there.
Oh my.
Jen says, I want that bird. What, did you paint a little bird? I think that one sold.
We do get birds often though.
We do paint a lot of birds. I usually don't pass up a bird unless it's too expensive at the thrift store, even if I don't like the way it looks, because I'll just make it cute. One of the things, if you guys are new here, a lot of the questions we get asked is like, how do you know what to buy to make over? Like, how do you know it's going to look good? And I have always just, my mind does it automatically, but I don't think it's like natural for everybody. I look at what's the material, can it be painted, and what's the shape. I don't care what it actually looks like, because I know if it's a material I can paint and I like the shape, then immediately I think, oh, I could put a transfer or decoupage this or use this product or whatever. And the more you do it, the more you see things differently, and you stop looking at what it is and you start realizing what it could be. But it takes practice. You have to be willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing to buy something that maybe isn't going to turn out, but the more you do.
Or that you're going to have to sand everything off like that box.
Yeah, like that box that we're going to do.
The box is amazing. My vision wasn't working.
You're not going to bat 1,000 every time. You're going to make mistakes, and you're going to do things that you're like, wow, that was bad. And you can't get mad at yourself, and you can't be worried about maybe wasting money. You're going to use products and waste product. Like it's learning. It's like putting your dues in when you go to school. And then the more you do it, it really does become easier. I personally have been doing this almost all my life. I was 13 when I did my first room makeover with my friend, and we painted and sewed and upcycled. And ever since then, I've been doing it. So it's been, I'm 43 now. So I guess I'm 30 years into this journey. And we've done it on a pretty professional level for a while. So we've painted thousands of things by now. We used to do furniture, so we did less pieces. But if you count pieces now, because we do so many thrift flips, I don't even know.
It's usually
10 to 15 pieces a week.
Yeah.
Sometimes more. Okay. Oh, that turned out so cute. Okay, here this is. Here's the complete. There's little birds, so I could put birds right here on each side, but I think I'm going to call it good. And now we've got a full design. It's not just in the middle.
If you wait just a minute. Oh, you got to do that little sled. All right.
I got what?
I'm getting all this glue
Sorry,
you got on here.
I'm keeping you employed. I'm giving you work to do. Like you don't have enough things already.
It's okay.
I'm glad it's okay because it is what it is. It's unlikely to change.
I like being busy. Some things I like doing more than others, but being busy is my favorite thing.
If you're sad, find something to do. If you're stressed, find a project to do. Like for me, I like to go to work. Some people, if they have a stressful thing happen, they want to just curl up and not do anything. When I have something stressful, I love to have things to keep me busy.
Like when I got up today, the weight bench, because we were so crazy getting out of here, and we had like 3 thrift hauls that we had pre-recorded, and there was leftovers from stuff that needed painted and stuff that needed to go to the shop. There was bags and boxes and stuff to wrap it with. Anyway, the garage was blown up. So I was like, I can't even get to my weight bench right now, and I can't even see my reloading equipment. And I've been gone, so I wanted to do both of those things. So I got up at 4:30 this morning, and I was super happy I was there at the garage. It's like Jamie finally rolled out of bed about 6, and she was looking for me. She's like,
I was up at 5, but I went to the.
She called me, and she's like, "Where are you at?"
Yeah, I was in the laundry room doing laundry, and I actually still need to do it. There's a bunch of stuff behind the washer and the dryer because I clean the laundry room. Because when I'm gone, the kids they'll do their laundry, but they'll leave crap here, there. They drop a bunch of OxyClean, whatever. So I was like cleaning it, sorting, getting the laundry going so we could actually wash our clothes. And I looked behind the washer and dryer. There's all these clothes that have fallen. So I needed Zeb's long arms. And I came downstairs. He wasn't upstairs. And I went back upstairs. He went upstairs. So that's when I called you. And I was like, where are you? I had been up for a while. And you know what I did this morning? I cleaned, you know where you put your soap in?
We were very productive before the sun.
I pulled the whole thing out. I don't want to tell you, but it gets gross and moldy, like where the soap goes in. So I pulled the whole thing out, pulled it apart, cleaned it with a toothbrush and toilet bowl cleaner because it has like bleach in it. And then I cleaned out the inside of it and then put it back.
I do have a bunch of stuff in the back of my truck that I need to take over to the barn. It's like now that football season we're not going to be on fields. I need to take all of the
and we need to go drop off the water
back to the basement at the shop where it lives all winter long.
Where did I put the?
Because that was what was taking up a lot of room, like all the water bottles and the chairs and the pop-up tent in case it's raining.
We have a lot. Right. I love accoutrements. It's not a secret. Like I bought our colors are purple and white, and we have a purple and white tent. Like it's cute. It goes like this on the top that my boys sat under on the sidelines. And I also got foldable benches. You know how like on a nice football field there's benches for the boys? We're like just random grass field. So I got 2 foldable benches that I'd pull out, put under my tent. So when they were on the sidelines or halftime, the boys could sit down on the benches. So we have a lot of stuff. Because I was a team mom for one team and the assistant team mom for the other team.
I may have to move how this hangs because I think.
And if I'm the team mom, that means Zeb's the team dad.
It's not a thing. I'm just your assistant. There's no such thing as a team dad.
Oh, there is. I made it. The stepping stool, that we probably won't get to that until next week because we're tired. And that's going to take some effort.
Well, we'll see with Jamie leaving how the week looks.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone.
I'm going to be taking
week.
Pictures and listing stuff so that we can have a Saturday haul.
And we got to so the boys are going on to wrestling. That's the next season. So I got to get, now that we had to wait for football to be over. Redrick's actually already started going. He has a high school class because the junior high is where they have 9th grade, but he goes to the high school for his wrestling class, and then he wrestles in the morning.
Okay, I'm not sure how this fit in here.
And then I got to sign up Jack for his wrestling club that he's going to be doing. I got to get that going and get in the groove of that. On to the next sport. And football season is busy, but wrestling is actually busier. And then Eliza cheers for basketball and is starting to have competitions. And basketball is multiple games a week. So it doesn't really slow down. Springtime, spring and summer are less busy. But it's like what we do. Like some people have hobbies. I have kids. And what I do for a job is, I guess, what I would probably do for a hobby. All right, I got the screwed in there. And she's all done. I always love when I'm thrifting something like this, if the bottom comes out, because that just made my job so much easier, just dry brushing that. And it's all sealed up. Good to go. Oh, you got that in there.
It's kind of in there. I don't know what happened. Maybe the excess glue, or
maybe it hates me. Oh, Susan said she bought the tray and she loves it. Good. It's kind of Christmassy, but honestly, it's not overtly. It's like wintry. I feel like you could use it year round. I try not to make stuff too Christmassy, except for this sled. The sled is going to get a dry brush, something cute on it.
You know, the project that should have been the easiest is proving to be the most difficult.
What, that one?
Yeah.
That you never can tell.
It's off like this whole edge by quite a bit, and I don't know how that happened.
I got like just enough paint to dry brush this.
Fitting it
nice
in
and easy.
A different way.
So we've got a little bit dry. Can you guys see that? It probably looks all the way white because it's bright, but it's like a lighter wood underneath. That's going to give me a good background, and I'll put a cute transfer on it. And this will be a cute ornament for a tree.
And I almost feel like I got to go like take this down the table saw. I don't even know.
Is it being problematic?
Yes. It's like it's swelled up or something.
Well, those are cute. Christmas bells.
Well, that gives you kind of an idea. I think I am going to.
You just need to hammer it down.
No,
hammer some little nails in it. You will win. I have faith in you.
Okay, I'm getting it. I cannot believe the tolerances on that. Like they had that fit in there so tight.
I cannot believe how stinking cute this ornament is, and it took me like 0 time at all to do.
Like this is not going to need any nails or anything. Like that's not.
That ain't coming out. People probably don't know what tolerances is. Like usually it would be quite a bit smaller than the frame it's going in, but it's not. It was probably originally made in China by some machine, so we're not talking precision work. All right. Here's my ornament, and I did the bells coming from the top. Look how cute that is. I knew that this was going to make a really cute ornament. I'm going to seal that up. I think it could be cute with a gold frame, but I actually do love it in that scalloped frame. That's so cute. I love that.
That's the medium. I don't even know what that one's called.
It's one of our JRV papers. So if you like the paper and you have a frame, we cut it down. It actually is quite a bit bigger. It's a good paper, and now it looks like a high-end piece of art.
Yeah, it looks like your art over on the wall over there.
Yeah. Ta-da!
It's like all the pictures we bought in England.
Yep. And much less, because the oils are gonna be some money. I'm just gonna be real about that. I did get some smaller ones, and I got the cutest little pig watercolor that was small that I paid £5 for. But all right, let's show them all our projects, and then let's go pick up our musket.
Are you gonna get me some lunch too?
Yes. I feel like I'm so hungry because it's like
I've been up for 9 hours.
It's actually later in the day, and all I've had is like a tiny bit of dry cereal and some meat and cheese, and I'm ready for dinner because my internal clock is all mixed up. You want to get? I'll hold this. You want to grab your little tote right there?
Yeah, there's also this
Oh
mirror.
yeah, we have the bird
The
and
mirror
the
that got glued, and this only needed glue, but it's because it has a finish like we would have done on it. Like
yeah, I didn't repaint this because
this dry brush is basically what we would have done.
All right, and then the little bird. Oh, and you did the little. We still need to paint the handles on the rolling pin. I can't leave and help you because I got to hold these up.
Oh,
all right, guys. So this wound up being a.
I wasn't gonna paint the handles.
Oh, you were gonna leave it natural?
Yeah,
okay, it's fine by me. But this is our little painter palooza here. Careful that you don't want to get paint transfer. And then a little bird.
Man, we did a lot of projects.
We did. Well, we were live for 2 hours.
I think we actually got everything done. Oh, you didn't quite finish your.
No, this is done. Sorry, I forgot about this. This is done. I distressed this. That's finished.
I can't see
the only thing we didn't do is Nadine's box. We got to sand that down. So we'll paint that when we get back. All right, guys. If you need paint products, Cottage Color, Iron Orchid Designs transfers, visit JamieRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
And make sure you're checking out the website 4 p.m. today.
Mountain time.
Mountain time. We will have our first upload of England items. As many things as I can get photographed and listed. Bye, you guys. Love you. Let's hit that button.